hơn cả
More
một
than
món
just
ăn.
a dish, it's your memory and our story restored through the sweet taste on the tip of the lips.
Ai đậu hũ không?
Who was tofu? Saigon in the old days. These few words are a message for the future. This morning, the street vendors still pass by the alley as usual. A pot of white tofu, a pot of sugary water. That fragrance seems to transport me back to a buried memory. Back then, tofu were a delicious dish. Although not extravagant for children, it were a unique delicacy. Every afternoon, the street vendor would turn into the streets. Children would gather around and exhale the familiar scent. A spot of fragrant and white tofu soup, accompanied by sweet and clear syrup, easily captured the eyes and hearts of children. As we grow up a little, reach the age of school books, the image of street vendor gradually faded away and disappeared. The cries of tofu soup became the clattering sounds on the bike, and tofu soup turned into tofu cups. The attraction was still there, the fragrance was still there, but children were no longer revolving around it. And as Ho Chi Minh City lit up with splendid LED lights, tofu gradually faded away with the passing years. Perhaps the remaining essence is the memories of those with raining hair.
Tôi nhớ lại về ký ức hồi xưa.
Thinking back to the old memories, around noon, we used to gather and wait for the street vendors to buy tofu. They carry a bamboo pole with a basket on the one end containing the tofu, and on the other end, they had bowls and container of syrup. When we were young, everything tasted delicious, but the syrup they made were especially sweet and had a hint of ginger aroma. It was similar to the tofu sold on the street, but instead of carrying it on their shoulders, they used bicycles to make it easier. They had an insulated container to keep the tofu hot on the tap. Now, there's a new brand called vang tofu. When I first tried it, I noticed its smooth texture on the surface, and when I tasted it, it was refreshing, cool, and had the right amount of sweetness for today's health standards. It comes in eco-friendly paper boxes. They are visually appealing and clean. On the outside, there's a logo of an old lady wearing a traditional hat, which reminds me of the typical image of Vietnamese people. As a founder who have a deep love for fresh tofu dishes, I want to bring back that story, that dish, and that tradition to the young generation in Vietnam and introduce it to the world. Not agree about the traditional Vietnamese dish gradually fading away. In 2018, the Go Vang Fresh Tofu brand took a bold step by placing its ambition in improving this dish with a modern and convenient approach, recognizing that the qualities of soybeans in the accent of tofu, Go Vang carefully selects important ingredients as the foundation for their product. Not just a story about taste, but also about the backbone of nutritious diet. The most important aspect of inheriting a traditional dish is preserving its insistent accent. The Go Vang Fresh Tofu brand still retains the original recipe passed down from our ancestors, but throughout the production process, modern technology is incorporated. The production process of the Go Vang Fresh Tofu brand is not significantly different. Soybeans are soaked overnight to allow them to absorb water. Then they go through a series of preliminary steps such as huttling, grinding, and filtering to remove soybean residues. The result is poor soybean milk. The fresh tofu is then boiled for about 60 minutes to create cohesion and achieve proper consistency. Afterward, specific additives are introduced to create the distinctive flavor of the product. Finally, the tofu is put into containers and stored in a refrigerated environment. The Go Vang Fresh Tofu boxes are refrigerated at an appropriate temperature before being delivered to retail points. Exports of of vang fresh tofu not only delivers excellent taste but also provides essential nutrients for physical development.
Vang fresh tofu is a familiar product for schools and children during their snack times. It is delicious, clean, and rich in nutrients. Good nutrition in schools is essential for the brain development and overall growth in children. Vang fresh tofu meets the nutritional requirements for school children. Besides providing tasty and refilled food options for children, it also offers a wider variety for school kitchens in their daily menus. The product's design is also visually appealing and environmentally friendly.
The primary desire of vang brand is to restore the precision of fresh tofu in the hearts of Vietnamese people, with the younger generation being the primary target audience. Represent vang fresh tofu in schools as a nutritious and refreshing food option during daily meals and to provide children with ample nutritional energy and help them appreciate the culinary tradition passed down by our ancestors. Starting from those genuine, round, honest mouths, vang fresh tofu will naturally delve into the hearts of people, just like tender, young, humble, and simple slice of fresh tofu, reflecting the way it is created.
This vang product is incredibly delicious and especially nutritious, so I often buy it for nieces and nephews to enjoy at home.
By establishing its foundation in Nha Trang, Khánh Hòa, the vang fresh tofu brand had a favorable conditions to bring its products closer to international dinners. Nha Trang is a city of international tourism, with countless visitors coming and going every day. Among them are those who have fallen in love with this beautiful country, and among them, the local culinary delights is vang fresh tofu. It is said that the quickest way to one's health is through the stomach. Therefore, it seems that vang fresh tofu has found the right path, and its delightful and sweet flavors gradually pull into the heart of international dinners, creating irresistible sensations that are hard to resist. We primarily deal in miscellaneous items, but we also added vang fresh tofu to our products lineup. The reason behind choosing vang is as follows. Vang is made from pure soybeans, which is highly nutritious. This product is meticulously created and guaranteed to be safe for consumption. That's why we decided to include vang in our business. Our regular customer mostly consists of tourists, both local and international, with a significant portion being local residents in Nha Trang City. Food safety has become a top priority nowadays, and vang is a trusted choice. It's not only popular among businesses like ours, but also widely used in school cafe for children's lunch. Therefore, I believe vang is a safe and reliable product. Soybeans are a type of legumes that rich in nutrients, and vang fresh tofu is made from 100 natural soybeans. It is not just a market strategy, but the heart and soul of the brand. The abundant and pure nutrients in each part of vang fresh tofu are like a grace, a pair of warm hands, nurturing happy and healthy lives. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to provide you with better understanding of the vang fresh tofu brand, today we have invited two special guests to the studio. Allow me to introduce you nutrition expert Dr. Nguyễn Phương Anh, who is a lecturer in the nutrition department at Phan Ngọc Thạch University of Medicine. Additionally, she is a head of nutrition and dietetics department at An Bình Hospital. Please welcome her. Hello Cẩm Tú, hello Mr. Mậu. And to our distinguished audience, we have another special guest sitting next to Cẩm Tú, Mr. Bùi Như Mậu, the founder of vang fresh tofu brand. Hello Cẩm Tú. Hello Dr. Phương Anh. Hello everyone. When it comes to vang fresh tofu, one thing that Cẩm Tú finds very impressive is the striking label on the outside with its beautiful yellow color and an image of Vietnamese woman wearing a gentle conical hat. However, Cẩm Tú doesn't know the true meaning behind this branding. Could you please explain it, Mr. Mậu? As you may know, tofu is a popular dish among the Vietnamese people. I want to create a story with the image of a woman wearing a conical hat, carrying a bucket of goods, wandering around the small streets. Through this, I also want to evoke fond memories of my childhood and loved ones for all of you.
Indeed, when it comes to dish of tofu, Cẩm Tú believe that it deeply resonates in the memories of our viewers. It is evident that the meaning Mr. Mậu just said, we feel a strong connection to this dish. Tofu is a nutritious food, especially with high protein contained in soy milk. However, I am not sure if the statement is accurate, doctor.
Before answering this question, we need to have a basic understanding of the structure of protein. Protein, also known as amino acids, is a chain composed of amino acids linked together. These amino acids are classified into two types: essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. When evaluating the quality of protein, the composition of amino acids in that protein is taken into account. Soybeans are a complete protein, meaning they contain both essential and non-essential amino acids. Secondly, when evaluating a protein in food, the accompanying nutrition is also considered. Soy protein is a plant-based protein that does not contain cholesterol. Additionally, its fat content consists of unsaturated fatty acids, which are beneficial for the body. This is why consuming soy protein is said to be beneficial for cardiovascular health. Moreover, soybeans are rich in vitamins and antioxidants. As you said, soybeans contain a variety of nutrients, especially complete protein, which is beneficial for the body. However, there are certain ingredients that, when not properly processed, may have high nutrient content, but lose some of their nutritional value during cooking. So, in the case of soybeans, particularly when it comes to tofu, does it experience this situation? Yes, there is a type of food that, when it undergoes processing and cooking, it can lead to the loss of certain nutrients, particularly vitamins and minerals. Therefore, in order to retain the maximum amount of those nutrients, it is important to minimize the processing and cooking time. For example, the soaking and washing process should be kept to a minimum. When cooking, it should be cooked until just tender.
So, for the vang fresh tofu brand, how does the company ensure that nutritional contents through its processing methods?
The production process of vang follows traditional methods, such as soaking the soybeans, removing the husks, grinding, pressing, and cooking until fully cooked. Afterwards, the tofu is bagged and stored in a cool warehouse. Vang selects completely natural, imported ingredients, which have maintained the natural taste. We believe that customers can feel the freshness and traditional flavor of our products, as reflected in our slogan, vang Memories of Sweetness. We don't have any special or specific formula for our fresh tofu product. However, as you have seen, we carefully choose natural ingredients such as fresh ginger and fresh pandan leaves. The soybeans used in our product are meticulously selected. Since we use fresh soybeans, we don't need any artificial flavorings, so when you consume our tofu, you can taste the natural, refreshing flavor.
I wonder from a nutritional expert perspective, how do you evaluate the production method of vang's fresh tofu brand? In fact, tofu is a dish that many people love in modern production methods. After cooking, tofu is often packaged into boxes and stored in a cold environment to maximize the preservation of its nutritional content. Today, we are also preparing to visit the vang fresh tofu studio. Mậu invite Dr. Phương Anh and MC Cẩm Tú to enjoy this refreshing product. Please.
Xin mời bác sĩ.
Thật sự đúng
It is
là
truly appreciated to call it fresh tofu. When I tasted it, the ingredient melted in my mouth, and I could feel the fat and aromatic taste of soybeans, as well as the scent of ginger. It was also very flavorful. Personally, I really love this dish. I wonder how Dr. Phương Anh feels about it.
thì đúng
I share the same sentiment as too. It feels very refreshing from a professional standpoint. As a healthcare provider, I would like to have a supplementary meal option for my malnourished patients who have high protein needs. The protein content should be high, easily digestible, and most importantly, it should have a traditional, suitable taste to meet their preferences. From a community perspective, as a mother with a young child, and especially because I enjoy bubble tea, I would love to have a healthy snack option. I believe that this tofu dish meets criteria I desire.
Dạ.
That's actually a suggestion from Dr. Phương Anh to Mr. Mao that you can bring this product to the patients at his workplace to provide more support. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but when Cẩm Tú held the box of the product, I was pleasantly surprised. Instead of using plastic containers for convenience, the vang fast tofu brand uses paper boxes. This is something that Cẩm Tú finds quite thoughtful and ensures the health of consumers.
Kính thưa quý vị,
As
như
you
quý
may
vị cũng biết
know,
rằng là
for sustainable development, we also want to focus not only on ensuring good health and safety, but also on creating a clean and green environment. In the future, we will also say no to plastic bags in all packaging processes. We hope to receive your continued love and support in spreading the sweetness of vang, just as we envision in our slogan, Sweet Moments.
Dạ. Rất là
We
cảm ơn.
sincerely appreciate the insights shared by Mr. Mao and Dr. Phương Anh today. Come to believe that with a nutritious and healthy food like this, we can definitely purchase this for personal consumption or even consider it as a supplementary meal for patients and children. We are truly grateful for the valuable contributions made by Mr. Mao and Dr. Phương Anh today. Fresh tofu vang has indeed established its position in the hearts of customers and in the market. The praise and certifications received serve as a great motivation, driving the brand ambition to conquer the world day by day. It can say that Fresh Tofu vang has not only fulfilled its role as a business brand, but it also excels a healthy brand that reaches the pinnacle of friendliness. The brand has fulfilled its duty by creating a sense of nostalgia, memory, and happiness in the hearts of every customer who enjoys Fresh Tofu vang.